I am going to talk about how my self-healing journey started, okay? Because I think a lot of people want to do the inner work, but they don't know how to pick out the pieces to look at and actually deep dive into it and learn how to rework your brain, right? So for me, it came about in a lot of kind of funny ways. And I didn't go see a mental health professional. Again, if you think that you should absolutely do that. But I will tell you that number one, definitely, I think this is funny, but Reddit stories. So if you watch Smosh Pit or OKOP or any of those like Reddit story channels, Charlotte Doberry, all of them read Reddit stories and then people comment, right? And I love these because it opens your mind to see how a healthy person thinks about a negative or toxic situation, and it's almost validating in a way to listen to them. And the whole time when you relate to these stories, you think that you're the crazy one, or you get gaslit into thinking that the way you're thinking is wrong, right? But then you hear these stories and you're like, oh my gosh, like that relates to my life so much. And you hear them talking in a healthy manner about how to look at those situations, and it helps you wrap your mind around what a healthy mental state looks like and what a healthy relationship looks like, whether it's a love relationship, a family, a friend. It truly does give you background on what healthy, emotions and mental state are supposed to look like, right? And you have something to compare it to. So not only that, but when I've talked about meditation. Obviously, meditation is extremely important to me. I think it helped me so much with gaining my peace and my solitude and really being able to open my mind and break down some of this stuff. And it gave me time and quietness to really unpack a lot of things. So I think that is really important. And throughout that journey, all of a sudden on my feeds, I started getting tarot readers. And I'm going to say right now, Jadina and Freya, there's a few other ones, but Jadina and Freya, channeled through Freya, both of them are not just tarot readers. They don't even do, Jadina doesn't really do tarot that often. It's more about breaking down your emotions and really diving deep into feelings and into, again, like mental clarity on situations and how to propel yourself forward in a healthy way. So I think it is so interesting, and I really give props to them, because it's not just, people would look at it and be like, oh, it's a tarot reader, like that's so stupid, it's giving you false hope. No, I'm telling you, a lot of those tarot readers, on definitely certain ones, there are ones that are just whatever, but certain ones really do deep dive into the inner work, the shadow work, looking at yourself, undoing limiting beliefs, undoing all of those things that we place, like other people have placed upon us in our lives or things like that. So it is good to look into, just FYI. And then also AI. If you sit there with AI and you type in situations in your life that really brought you down, or your family dynamics or things like that, which I'm going to go into this in a very soon future video, okay, about using tough love. And you'll see what I have to say about that if you follow along. Follow, share, comment, like. But using AI to unpack some of that stuff is so helpful when you're trying to really mentally understand certain situations in life and how you can better yourself in that way. And I will read through it so that you guys can see, like, I asked questions, I really deep dove into, like, the different sides to different ways that we are brought up in our childhood and things like that. So like that is super, super helpful. if you are trying to figure out like why your brain works the way it does, or why you ended up in the places you ended up emotionally and physically and mentally. So those are just a couple tips that have come up along my healing journey that really helped me in unpacking that tough stuff and looking at it and really feeling into it and understanding it. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you have used or done to try and look at those deeper meanings and situations in your life that made you the person that you were, and how to, like, what you've had to undo that you learned at an early age that is a negative belief or a limiting belief or something that was keeping you from getting to your highest self. I want to know. So I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one.